You coached Rosen and you coached against Darnold.
Recruited him, coached against him, known him a long time. Yep, known them both a long time.
Which one will be the better pro?
I think they're both going to be great pros, first of all. Totally different styles of play. But I'm going with Josh because he's a pure passer. I mean, he's got a motion that you would love to see in your mini camp. I mean, it's just pure and it's clean, and he can make every throw. He can throw with velocity, he can throw with touch. But I love Darnold because he's a gym rat, you know, and he can improvise. He can make things happen on the move. They're going to play in different style of offenses. I think Darnold gives you a little bit more running ability, a little bit more mobility in the pocket. But Josh has that way, like all the great ones and the guys you played with, that kind of slip and slide around in the pocket and find the window, and then they can get it there on time. They're both going to be great, but Josh is one of my guys. I got to go with him.
Wow. So there were some reports and some conjecture that you and Josh weren't always on the same page because he has a mind of his own and you definitely have a mind of your own. How was that relationship? How difficult was it to see eye to eye with the guy who has his own vision?
Never. And I first of all, I never heard that conjunction. I've known him since he was 15. He and my daughter are close friends. Hell, he's fallen asleep on my couch a number of times. 3 Christmases ago, he slept overnight on the couch. He was on one couch, I was on the other. I just texted with him on the way in here. There was never a time we didn't see eye to eye. I love the kid. And, I've tried to, since he was in high school, kind of guide him in a way that is going to prepare him to be a great NFL quarterback. And I've been lucky to be around guys like Joe Montana and Dan Fouts and Steve Young and Matt Hasselbeck and guys like that. I've coached 20 NFL pro or NFL Hall of Famers in my career, and they all have certain traits. And just trying to guide Josh in the right direction in terms of the emotional part that it takes to be a great player, as you know, at that level.
Interesting you said that you coach, obviously Joy mentioned in the Reeds that you coached in the NFL. How different is it coaching college players as opposed to NFL players?
It's very different, very different. And it starts because you start to get to know them when they're 15 years old. So you're dealing with young men that are developing rather than guys where the concrete is kind of hardened on their personalities and who they are. These guys all have aspirations of getting to the league. At the league, it's about being great and staying in league so you can continue to line your pockets, obviously, and build your legacy.
Right.
These guys will do anything that you say. You can use motivational ploys that you couldn't use
Right.
in the pros. The guys go, no, we're not playing that game, coach. But they're both fun. College is fun, but it's a challenge. You got to recruit. You got to worry about school. You got to worry about all the off-the-field things. You got to worry about all the NCAA regulations. But it's rewarding. I'll tell you, here was the biggest difference for me was draft day and graduation day. I always wanted my guys to get a degree, and I want them to get drafted. And our graduation success rate went from 59% when I got there to 86% when I left. So we jumped way up. And we put more guys in the NFL than any team in the Pac-12. So we were excited about that. But draft day, it was so awesome to see these kids like realizing their dream and thinking that maybe you had something to do with it as opposed to picking a player. I got to be there with Tack McKinley went crazy last year. I'm sitting back there. He gave me the draft card. I've got it in my office. And just to see that pure emotion, he's dropping F-bombs. And you remember that he's dropping F-bombs?
I do.
To know his story, it was unbelievable.
Right.
So Josh obviously came from a fairly affluent background. What is his drive to be great?
Well, Josh's dream when he was growing up was always to play center court at Wimbledon. So he's always had high aspirations for himself athletically. He's just one of those unique individuals that every day he says, how can I get better? How can I be a better player, a better person, a better student of the game? I think this year he took a huge jump forward. I think there was a lot of questions going into this year of whether or not he had the emotional components that you needed to be a great NFL player, and some of the things that he would say on camera and letting his opinions be known. And I don't believe that he understood how impactful and influential his words could be. And I think this year he really learned exactly what it's going to take to be great at the next level.
And Darnold, on the other hand, you say Jim Rat.
Love him.
Looked like there were times this year he was trying to do a little too much, make too much happen.
Maybe.
Interceptions are a little high, got up to 12. Their stats are almost the the same, but what did you see from him when you played him?
Well, I'd rather have a guy that you have to rein in rather than push to try to make plays. And I
Yeah.
don't know how you'd feel about that, but I think NFL coaches can teach him how to be better decision makers. The thing you like about Sam Darnold is if you put a basketball in his hands, he's going to go out and make three-pointers all day. If you put him in the Dodgers batting cage, he's going to hit him out. If you put him at the wedge, he's going to be a great body surfer. If you ask him to go surf at the North Shore, he's going to go surf the North Shore. He's one of those guys you just do anything. And I love his fearless mentality. And I love the way he can create. I think he still has to develop as a pure passer at the next level because, it's tough to win unless you've got a pure passing quarterback. But he's got that intangible. He's a winner. He's 16-0 at home.
Right.
I got to watch my language.
Well, I think that's
coaching too long.
That's the hardest thing that you try to tell people about the quarterback position is that in college, they wait till you get open, and in the NFL, you have to throw people.
If you wait in the NFL for them to be open, then they're covered when the ball gets there.
Exactly.
So, and Josh has that anticipation. I don't know that Sam does yet, but I think he's so driven that he will. And the windows, as you know, the windows are tight. In college football, guys are actually open. In the pro game, you have to throw them open, or you have to be able to put it right on the back shoulder, or put it in the window. Josh can do those things.
So I don't know how much you saw of the now Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield, this year, but he can be deadly accurate, but he's probably about 6 feet tall, and you were there when Jeff Garcia was in his heyday with the 49ers at about
5'11", 6 feet, yeah.
somewhere in there. I don't know if you've seen much tape of Baker.
I've seen him.
Okay, so what's your gut on him? Would you take a shot? Would you take a first-round shot?
I don't know that I'd take a first-round shot, but I'd take a shot. I think that guys like that, the guy he's a playmaker. Baker Mayfield, he makes things happen. He in the big moments, he comes up big. And I don't think you can discount that. And I think as you go through the draft process, they're going to rip him apart.
They will.
They're going to tell you all the things that he isn't. What I'm going to say is he's a winner. And the guy that I'm going to look at is Drew Brees. Now, I don't know that he's a passer that Drew Brees is, but he's a dang winner, and you love winners. And I think at some point in the draft, he's going to get picked, and at some point in his career, he's going to go in and he's going to do great things. I don't know when it's going to be, and I don't know how long he's going to do those great things, but he'll probably lead a team to some great win to get him into the playoffs or something. Maybe it disappears after that.
I think the thing when you look at undersized quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, you really need to learn how to throw in lanes.
You sure
because you can't throw up over the top of you. Because you're 5'11", you're hitting linemen in the back of the helmet with the football.
Right.
So you have to find lanes, and Drew Brees has done.
He slides his feet so well, and he turns his shoulders so well. And I'll tell you what helps Drew, and you know this, is he understands protection so well.
Yes.
And he understands rush lanes so well that he knows how to move to get himself into position to throw the ball. I've been to a few of his practices, and just to watch his style and the way he practices just shows you how hard he works on it. It's not just innate.
No.
He works on it every day. He goes through all his progression. He'll throw a ball, and then he'll go through all his progression so he can find his windows. Baker will have to learn how to do that.
And then we got one other quarterback who could be the next Carson Wentz, who is Josh Allen at Wyoming. Did you see any tape?
I haven't seen much of him, but I know
But he's
a lot of him.
prototype 6'5" to whatever 30.
Well,
even
and
a
all you
little
got to do is
bigger
go
than-
look at Carson Wentz,
Yeah.
and see what he's doing. And didn't come out of a huge program.
We'll see where he ends up going, and I'm sure that Shannon will jump on their bandwagon.
Yep,
and then
that's
we'll
a
hear
good
about
point.
that.
Bandwagon.
No, I'm good. I'm
Oh,
all in
you
on.
got it?
I'm all in on Wentz.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.